Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to night 2 of the AVGL College Division Black Ops 3. I am Ducky alongside my good friend here, Isaiah McCarthy, and we too are going to be bringing you all of the action tonight. Now, we are actually just getting ready to hop into our first match, which is going to be the College of Staten Island versus Ohio State. These are two teams that both went 2-0 in their first night of play, so we're hoping, to get some big things out of them. Now, our first map is going to be Hardpoint on Evac. Isaiah, what are some kind of basic strategies you see for this?
Basic strategies for these maps is flipping the spawns. You need to get that good spawn to enable your team to have control of that hardpoint.
Yep. All right. So we're going to be hopping into Ban and Protect right now. We'll see what comes through. Last night was pretty standard in terms of things. Nothing too crazy. A lot of these players stuck to pretty standard bans. Didn't see a lot of Protects. We'll see if that changes tonight. Though right off the bat, a Grip ban. Something different we saw, but it's an interesting attachment to ban because a lot of players don't even play with it. High Caliber 2 also going
Standard.
out. That is a very standard ban. A lot of players do not like to deal with that. That can turn a lot of guns into straight lasers. Yes, Overclock 2, you want to stop them from getting that specialist ability faster.
The Shiva.
And the Shiva. We saw a lot of players with great Shiva play last night. We'll see if maybe some of, obviously they banned it, so we won't see our players with it. And Concussions 2, another very standard hardpoint ban. We'll see what comes up next as the third player finishes bans. Expecting to maybe see a flak jacket or a frag grenade, something like that. Rapid fire. Yep, that's another kind of obvious standard attachment ban that really kind of takes down the power of the SMGs. Last two bans will be coming in, and it's a flashbang. Yep, and we'll see what the last one is. Like I said, I'm expecting maybe a frag, maybe a flak jacket, something to that extent. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a grenade, something related to grenades at least. EMPs, yep. Okay, so EMPs, not something we saw really banned last night, but...
So streaks are going to be a powerhouse this map.
Right, exactly. You're not going to have those EMPs to be able to take out the sentries or the guardians or whatever is up. Kinetic armor and scythe picked up, too, again... Very nothing crazy in terms of those. Kinetic armor allows you to either break kills very easily or defend them. Scythe and Tempests coming out as well. Those are pretty much...
You can hold down lanes with the Scythe. Scythe is a wonderful specialist.
Yeah, definitely. Heatwave and Active Camo. Another two great... Active Camo kind of interesting for Hardpoint.
It is very good for getting that last kill you need to get control of the point.
Yeah, it could be good to try to juke out some players and really get those last. So those are our teams. You have Kinetic Armor, Scythe, Active Camo, and Heatwave. Scythe, Tempest, Heatwave, and Active Camo. So those are pretty much exactly the same. You have the Tempest on the side of, I believe that's Ohio State. That's something they didn't pick up. Talk about Tempest, Isaiah, and how it really plays into the hardpoint meta.
Tempest is all about getting that long range kill in the hardpoint, so it can chain kill everyone in the point.
Yeah, it's
really
definitely
useful.
It's best for the smaller hills where the actual lightning from the Tempest can arc to different players, and you can pick up multi-kills and very easily clear hills. So we'll see as the players are finishing their classes up right now. We'll get into this very soon. But, looking at this specialist draft, do you really think one of these teams has the upper hand?
Not at all, really, except the fact that, they're pretty primarily balanced. But what I see is that there's 3 specialists on this side, Black Ops, that aren't killing. Like they only have
they're the tactical abilities.
They got tactical abilities. When normally teams want to have the 2 killing abilities.
Yeah, a standard kind of 2-and-2 split between the weapons and the abilities.
But it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously maybe their individual skill will make up for that. These are probably just the specialists that these players are used to. And, it will be interesting to see. I want to see if that Tempest is going to be able to make a difference because it can very easily. I mean, you can get, a double or a triple chain of the lightning from the Tempest.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely see some
there
of
you
those.
go. That's a free hill. And, again, nothing too crazy. Going to be interesting to see how these are used, whether they're going to be used offensively or defensively. But here we go. We're going to start getting into our first map of tonight.
All right.
right, and we're back, finishing loading into this one, and we're going to be really interested to see, especially with the recent weapon balancing patch, what the compositions that these teams are going to be running in terms of weapons. What are you expecting in terms of SMG versus ARs?
Well, the ARs are pretty much going to stay back, control the spawns, flip spawns maybe, and the SMGs are going to try to rush in there, get the picks, get the trades, whatever they need to do to gain control.
Yep. All right. So let's see what all these players are using right now. We have VMP, M8, and an ICR. That's going to be interesting. I want to see. This is also the player with the Tempest. Right. I want to see. This is the player I'm going to be looking out for, DMM Bean. See if he can really make plays. The ICR is a favorite gun of mine. Interesting he's running fast mags on it. We'll really see how that goes as we're pushing into the first hardpoint. And pretty standard rush. Oh, just like that. Slayer with an easy 3-piece. Wow, and that's going to get his team very early control of this hard point. He's going to be holding down that original spawn area. Those another burst as his teammates pick up kills around him. Going to then turn right around. Obviously, these guys know what they're doing spawn-wise. Carmine going to be the one now sitting in the hill and just waiting. They have these trophies down. That's a good idea. You know, they're not going to get killed by frag grenades. So the push coming in from Ohio State is semi-successful, though the other players from Staten Island are able to wrap back around. All of a sudden, they have 3 right back in that hill.
All right. So we're hopping on with Slazor. He's holding down. He's looking dark. He picks up kill. He has full streaks.
Yeah, full streaks. He has that Cerberus, which is very good in terms of holding down that hill. You know, you just have it walking around. It's almost like a 5th player that's able to hold down that hill. And wow, this is just a very strong start for the College of Staten Island. 45-4 on the first hill is a very good start, and they are already on the rotate, so they're going to get the first time in this hill, and you see that trophy system definitely coming in handy. They're able to stop those grenades from coming in, stay alive. We'll see what they're doing. Oh, pushes out Nicholas with the kill right into the punch and throws out the counter UAV. And if you really look at this mini map, you know, Staten Island really looks like they know what they're doing. They have a couple players on each side and one player just anchoring down that hill. As I say that, though, Seapwet able to push in, gets the trade. MJR also with the trade. He's going to try to push in. Looks like might be lagging a bit, but tries to push in and is not able to pick up anything. So Staten Island's going to maintain control. And it really doesn't look like Ohio State, you know, is doing much right now in terms of their map control. Is there anything you really see, Isaiah, that can point to why they're down by almost now 100 points?
Well, as I was watching, I could see that Ohio State was not trying to get the anchor spots. They're not trying to get the right spawn to their team so they could capitalize on the hard point. They're just running in there, getting picked off one by one.
Yeah, and you know, those anchor spots are very important. It's kind of a higher level strategy that we saw, of course, started with Black Ops 2 when Hardpoint was first introduced into the game, but it allows your team to get those favorable spawns, so you're not spending 20 seconds just running, you know, to the hardpoint before getting gunned down. And you know, we see Slazer here, 11-2, Nicholas 13-2. I mean, every single player on Staten Island is just going off on all cylinders in the slaying department. Ooh, but Seapwet able to pick up a nice kill on examples. We'll see if he can do anything. His teammates come in for the further trades. He's going to be pushing in. The Cerberus is in that hill, though. It's going to be very hard to get. Yeah, with 3 players from Staten Island in the hill and the Cerberus, that is almost impossible to break. With 10 seconds left in this hill, you're going to see the players start rotating around. There's 1 player left. That was Examples, who was left in the hill. Ohio State will pick up some scrap time, but, you know, they let Staten Island completely rotate to the next hill, throw down Guardians, throw down Sentries, and that's very hard to break, especially with the, you know, that's where the EMP ban comes in very handy. You have all sorts of score streaks in there, and without the EMPs, there's not much you can do in terms of stopping it. Seaport, though, wow, a nice clear there from Ohio State. They're able to take down 3, and they are going to finally get a solid control for the first time in this game. We'll see if Seaport, though, gets right into the Guardian. Not great positioning from him. Gets some shots onto a player, but isn't able to do anything. His teammates will pick up the kill, and it looks like Ohio State may be able to, you know, get some solid points out of this. Picks up another onto Carmine. And he's just looking around. Oh, gets taken out by Nicholas. Let's hop on board with him, see what he can do. He's going for a swim. Is able to get behind 1 player in that. You know, the swimming, very interesting mechanic out of the Black Ops 3. You know, see how it affects the maps and affects the gameplay. But just like that, Staten Island will take control back. Carmine with another 2-piece. They're just going to be sitting here. He's going to grab that last scrap time. And now 160-35. You know, Isaiah, is it really just down to that anchoring? Do you really think why Ohio State is failing this right now?
I mean, they're just letting Staten Island get streaks after streaks after streaks, and especially after that EMP ban, they're having a rough time. It's going to be hard to come back, but they made this hard point, so you can come at any moment in the game.
Yeah, the Black Ops 3 changes to hardpoint with the timer is something I really like because it can definitely create more exciting games. You see streaks, you got Guardians, you got Cerberuses, you got all sorts of stuff coming out for Staten Island, and 190 to 36 right now. There's not much. Ohio State needs to make a move fast. They can't. Staten Island cannot end it on this hill, but the next one certainly. If they get the rotations that we've been seeing from them this entire first game, they will easily pick up the 250 in the next hill. We'll see if Nicholas can do anything with this RC car. He spots one player, gonna send it around. We'll see if he's on more of a information gathering. Ooh, sees two players. Can he get the double? Blows it up too early, actually. Wow. Even with some of those players might have been running flak jacket, but just like that, as we've said, the rotations are completely out for the College of Staten Island, and they are just taking control with only 30 seconds left. That's MJR, who comes in with a huge two-piece with his teammate on his heels. However, the Cerberus is right there, and just like that, Carmaine, with the autonomous robot, picks up a two-piece, and they just take control right back. I think this might be an example of too little too late, Isaiah.
Yep, exactly. We have Slazor slaying out for his team. It's in his name.
Look at that Scythe.
25-4.
25-4. I mean, you see, only one player on this team has double-digit deaths, and only one player on Ohio State has double-digit kills. So, a couple seconds left, and the College of Staten Island are cruise to an easy 1-0 in this series. So, Isaiah, let's talk about kind of resetting your mentality when it comes to Search and Destroy, because Search and Destroy, of course, is going to be our next game type. What do you have to do as a team to be able to really kind of recompose yourselves after a loss kind of like this one?
Hardpoint and S&D are two totally different game types, and we could see, Ohio State completely change their attitude and win this S&D.
Yeah, I mean, we'd certainly like to see that. Our matches last night were 3-0s. We'd like to have something a little more exciting today, but 25-4, 25-6, 20-9, some huge slayers coming out from the College of Staten Island, and that was something that has been discussed a lot, especially in this game, in terms of your team compositions for players, where is Black Ops 3 truly kind of the death of the dedicated OBJ player? Because teams in the Pro League that you see that are the most successful are the ones that just have 4 powerhouse slayers like Optic Gaming that are able to, they don't need an OBJ player because everyone on the other team's dead. So, I mean, how much do you think there's merit to that?
I think there is still an OBJ alive somewhere in this game, because there needs to be someone in the point at all times.
Yeah, but nowadays you're seeing a lot of the time the person in the hill is still, it's almost not that they're OBJ, that they're just the lesser slayer because they're able to hold down that hill. But we're going to really see if Ohio State has something up their sleeve for the Search and Destroy, and we'll be right back with that second map.